Hey everybody, it's Emily Dark Schooling, and today I'm going to be doing my October book haul. I did buy a ridiculous amount of books this month, but I'm not going to show you all of them, because a majority of them are for level 12. And since there's a lot, and I don't know what is actually going to be in level 12 yet, so I'm not going to show you all of them. And I'm just going to kind of give you a peek into the things I have planned for level 12, so, you know, you'll see some of it, but not all of it, because it would be too ridiculous to haul them all right now. So, anyway, with that in mind, let's jump right in. First up, I have My Dear Hamilton, a novel of Eliza Schuyler Hamilton by Stephanie Dray and Laura Camoy. Yeah, I'm obsessed with Hamilton, and so when I was thinking about level 12, I'm like, how can I incorporate something Hamilton into this? And so, of course, I found this. And I don't know, it might be too romance novel-y, but I don't think it is. I did some research on it. It sounds like it's a much more historical fiction than a romantic historical fiction. So I'm hoping that it's good. It has to live up to my expectations of Hamilton, so I hope that it does. Also in my level 12 pile, I have Cold Mountain by Charles Fraser. I've never read this, but I have seen the movie, which I loved, and I've always meant to pick this up, and for whatever reason I just never have. So I thought level 12 was a great opportunity to throw this in my pile and see if it fits, and I hope that it works because, yeah, I adore the movie so much, and I hear the book is better. I also have An Unkindness of Ghosts by River Solomon, and this book just sounds so interesting. I just really want to know more about it. I love science fiction and kind of science fiction that plays on what's happening in our world and twists it into a different realm, and it's a great way to reflect on our own society without actually being in our society, you know? So this story is about people who are trying to escape, I believe, their planet, and they're on a ship, but the ship has let's see, I don't know if I can explain this well. So I'm just going to read the back because it's hard to explain. Okay. Aster has little to offer folks in the way of rebuttal when they call her ogre and freak. She's used to the names. She only wishes there was more truth to them. If she were truly a monster, she'd be powerful enough to tear down the walls around her until nothing remains of her world. Aster lives in the low-deck slums of the HSS Matilda, a space vessel organized much like the antebellum South. For generations, Matilda has ferried the last of humanity to a mythical promised land. On its way, the ship's leaders have imposed harsh moral restrictions and deep indignities on dark-skinned sharecroppers like Aster. Embroiled in a grudge with a brutal overseer, Aster learns there may be a way to improve her lot, if she's willing to sow the seeds of civil war. So I was just like, this has to go in level 12. I hope it's good. I'm so excited about this book. I really want it to be amazing. I also picked up this. It's a new release by Tahira Mafi called A Very Large Expanse of Sea, and this has to do with 9/11 from the point of view of a Muslim American. And I loved Furthermore so much that I need more Tahira Mafi. I need to read more of her books, and I just haven't. So when I saw she was coming out with this and that it would potentially fit into level 12, I snapped it up because I need more. So this is a contemporary, which I don't generally read, but I think given the topic and how well it would fit with level 12, that I'm really excited for it. So that's all the books I'm going to show you right now in my level 12 pile. Just know there's lots more. Next up, I have Elevation by Stephen King. This just came out, and my husband pre-ordered it for me because he's awesome. I kept saying, I'm not going to buy any more books. I'm not going to buy any more books for myself because I've been buying so much for level 12. So he treated me to this, and it's so short. I'm like, oh, I can read this really quick. Awesome. So I don't actually know anything about this book. I've kind of fallen into just I don't know anymore what Stephen King is doing. I don't know why. So I still haven't read his last new release, The Outsider. I just never got around to picking that up. So I have a lot of books to catch up on, but I'm probably going to grab this one first since it's so short. Like, it's a baby book. Look how tiny. I think it's like only 140 pages. But honestly, I just adore the cover. It's just super beautiful for fall. And also, the end papers in this book are so pretty. Just look. So pretty. Jeez, this is gorgeous. I'm so glad I have this. Another book that I pre-ordered was Bridge of Clay by Marcus Zusak. And if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I had this. It's a signed copy. I'm so excited about that. I love The Book Thief. It is my favorite book, or one of my favorite books. I don't have like one superior favorite, but The Book Thief is definitely in my top 10. And I just loved it so much. I read his other book, I Am the Messenger, which I liked, but didn't love as much. And so I have high hopes that Bridge of Clay is going to be The Book Thief for me. I want it to be as good as that because it was so good. I actually have no clue what this is about. I honestly didn't need to know. Marcus Zusak is writing a book and I'm going to buy it because that's how I roll. But this book is huge. It's also beautiful. Oh, look at it naked. Look how pretty this book is. This is actually the first time I took the jacket off to see, and it is so pretty. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to this someday. I don't know when I'll get there. One of the books I included in the family reading crate in November was These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly, and I loved it to death. It was so good. So good. So it was like, I immediately need more Jennifer Donnelly in my life. So I bought this. This is Revolution by Jennifer Donnelly, and I believe this is to do with the French Revolution, and it goes back and forth between now and the French Revolution in Paris, and I am so excited to pick this up. Ugh. If you haven't gotten the November Family Reading Crate, I'm going to link the unboxing video, but you absolutely need to pick up These Shallow Graves. You need to go pick up a family reading crate if you want, because it's in there. But read These Shallow Graves. It's amazing. I'm so excited to pick this up. I need more. I also picked up Dear Evan Hansen, the novel by Val Emmich, Stephen Levinson, Benj Pasek, and Justin Paul, creators of the hit show. I've listened to the soundtrack a lot. I love it. I still don't quite know. I don't think I've listened to the soundtrack all the way through. I just have a few favorite songs here and there, but I still don't fully grasp what the show is about. I know basically, but like I need to fill in the blanks basically around the songs. So I got the book because I loved the music so much from the show that I need more. And so I'm really excited. This is also going to fit one of my Pop Sugar reading challenges to read a book that's based on a play. I got it. So I'm looking forward to this quite a bit, actually. I'm probably going to be picking this up really, really soon. And I picked, I almost dropped it. I also picked up The Storm Runner by J.C. Cervantes, and this is from the Rick Riordan Presents line of mythology books, Own Voices mythology stories. I am super excited to pick this up. This is based on Mayan mythology, which I just have always thought was really, really interesting. So I'm very excited to get into this. This is middle grade, and I still haven't read the Arusha book, which is killing me because I really want to read that too. That one's based on Indian mythology or Hindu mythology, and I'm here for this. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna have to happen soon. I think I'm gonna read it with my daughter. Well, both of them, really. I would love to do like a whole mythology unit, and read a whole bunch of different books like this. I think that would be super fun. That's a thing that might happen someday. One of the other things we did this month, we went to the Boston Book Festival, which is a whole thing in and to itself. I was so excited to go to the Boston Book Festival, but it was set up rather frustratingly. The way they set up the Boston Book Festival is it's literally all over Boston. You have to hike to go to all the different things, and it's impossible to go to multiple events, which is so frustrating. I swear, we had to have run in the rain in Boston blocks upon blocks. I was so tired. My feet were dying. It was awful. But yeah, we did go to a few things. I missed a bunch of stuff that I wanted to go see. Kate DiCamillo was there. I didn't get to see her. I'm still really bummed about that. Yeah, Madeline Miller was there. Ugh. So I was really sad I missed that, but we did go to a couple things. We went to talk with Dacre Stoker and Alma Katsu, and I forget the other person. We went to hear, my daughter was with us, and she really wanted to hear Sasha Alsberg. So we went to a YA panel and heard Sasha Alsberg talk about her new book. I can't think of the name of it. Zenith? Yeah, talk about Zenith. And I took my youngest to a workshop where we got to see Maris Wicks and learn about comics. So we did some fun stuff. It was just the longest, most grueling day. And so I don't know if I'd recommend Boston Book Festival. I think if you're only going to one track, like if we were only going to see the YA panels, you could stay in one building and just roll with it. If you were going to do just the children's stuff, you can stay in one building and just do it. But if you want to go and do a couple different things, I don't think you can. Not easily, anyway. Anyhow, all that to say, I got some books, so I thought I'd show you guys what we got there. So the reason we went entirely is because my husband saw Dacre Stoker was going to be there, and he's a huge Dracula fan. And so we already owned... Let me just move my things around. We already owned Dracula the Undead, and so we had just bought, I pre-ordered it, Dracul. So we had both of these, and he wanted to get them signed. So we did that. We went to his panel, and let me see if I can find it yet. He and the other author, J.D. Barker, both signed this. So that was cool. And he also signed the other book. Let me see if I can find the signature for you. So he signed this one as well. So he got these signed. If you're not familiar, Dracula the Undead is the sequel to Dracula. It's very different. If you go in expecting the original Dracula and like that style, you'd be very disappointed. It was a fun read though. I read this a couple of years ago, I think, and it was fun, but it's not the Dracula story. I know it got a lot of bad reviews because of that, but if you go into it expecting that, yeah. But if you go into it expecting just a fun vampire story, you'll get that. And then Dracul is the prequel, or not necessarily the prequel, but like the story of Bram Stoker writing Dracula. So I don't know, we haven't picked this up yet, but it's got a lot of great praise on the back from some of my favorite authors. So, I mean, John Saul's on here talking about it, Josh Malerman, so that makes me think this might be potentially good. And I love the idea of the author experiencing weird phenomena while he's writing about Dracula. I just think that's really creepy and fun. So I'm actually looking forward to picking this up soon. And of course, at that same panel was, it was like 3 or 4 horror authors, and Alma Katsu is there, so I bought a copy of The Hunger, because I am just like super curious about this book. I've heard good things about it. This is about the Donner Party, and she, of course, she signed it for me because I bought it there and got it signed. So that's exciting. I have a signed book now. So yeah, this is about the Donner Party, but like, what if there was something supernatural happening around them? Like, I turned to my husband and I was like, isn't it bad enough? Isn't the Donner story awful enough to not need the supernatural? But I'm excited to see how that's woven in, because she talked a lot at the panel about how much research she put into learning about the story before she tackled the novel. So I'm excited for this. And off on a tangent, we also bought this book, which wasn't there, but it's also about the Donner Party, and that's The Indifferent Stars Above, the harrowing saga of the Donner Party, which is just historical fiction about it. So I kind of want to read both of them back to back and compare, like a historical fiction take and then a supernatural horror take. And I don't know, this also might be on level 12. I don't know yet. I don't know if it'll fit. I think I mostly just really want to read it. And then, because we already owned it, I brought Human Body Theater because we were going to be meeting Maris Wicks. My daughter, Gina, loves this book. It's one of her very favorite books. And so we went and we met Maris Wicks, and she did a workshop where she taught kids about science comics, and then she signed this for Regina, and it's so cute. She asked her, "What's your favorite body part?" And Regina said heart. So she drew a little heart for her. Isn't that adorable? Maris Wicks, by the way, is super cool. So yeah, I was really excited that we were able to go and meet her. It was cool for my daughter to experience that. And while we were there, I didn't buy these at the book festival just because we were just so tired by the end and we were done. So I went ahead and made notes in my mind and ordered these when I got home. And one of them is One Day a Dot, The Story of You, the Universe, and Everything by Ian Lender. And the two illustrators, Shelley Paroline and Brandon Lamb, were also at that same panel or workshop with Maris Wicks. So we met them too at the science comics panel thing, and so this book just sounded so cute, I had to go get it. And it's about the Big Bang and the origins of the Earth and all of that, and it's just beautifully illustrated, comic book style illustrations. It's just pretty, and I was excited to have this. It's a little bit young for my daughter, but I don't care because I like it. And the other one, when we went to the YA in Space panel, which is where Sasha Alsberg was talking, Andrew Smith was there talking about his book, Rabbit and Robot, and I was super intrigued. I'd never heard of it before, and I was like, I need to pick that up. He basically described this book as, it's about Twitter in space. And I was like, I need to know more. So basically, I don't even know how to explain this book. It says, given the number of cogs on board, and since the three of us, me, Rowan, and Billy, were the only human beings on the ship, it meant that each of us had hundreds of helpful and potentially angry, happy, depressed, horny, or condescending V4 cogs all to himself. To help Cager Messer shake his Woz addiction, Billy and Rowan transport him up to the Tennessee, a giant lunar cruise ship orbiting the moon. Meanwhile, Earth, in the midst of 30 simultaneous wars, burns to ash beneath them. And as the robots on board become increasingly insane and cannibalistic, and the Earth becomes a toxic wasteland, the boys have to wonder if they'll be stranded alone in space forever. Doesn't it sound super intriguing? I was like, I need to get that book, and I need to read it, so I bought it. I'm sad I should have gotten it there, because I wish I'd gotten it signed, but what are you gonna do? So that is my haul. I should be able to stack these pretty easily. This is probably one of the smallest hauls I've done. 14. Look at that. It doesn't even come up to my head. That's pretty modest for me. Oh, I forgot this one. Yep. So, that is all the books that I bought in the month of October. Not true. This is some of the books I bought in October. If you guys could see the stack I had, it was a bit ridiculous. But, you know, it's for level 12. It's for work. It's for work. I had to buy all those books. It was necessary. So what did you get in October? Did you get any new books? I'd love to hear about it. Tell me all about it down in the comments below and we can chat. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye!